Here we go. I'll be waiting. Come on in, come on in, come on in, as I've heard some people say. Come on down, come on down, come on down. Well, got lots to show you today. Monday, I went to the reservoir park. Tuesday, I went to the beach. And Friday, I went to an inland park. And two of them at the same, one right after the other. So I counted it as the same hunt. So I've got treasure trash from the over here on this side. I've got this treasure trash from Monday and the reservoir park. I got this treasure trash from the beach right here. And I got this treasure trash right here. I got all of this treasure trash yesterday from the parks. So, and then I got some treasures and would-be treasures and goodies and that kind of thing. So, hey, Chew, you know what? I just can't get past you, can I? I really thank you for coming in. You're always here for me. I appreciate that. I really need the watch hours. So, I'm going to be talking a lot about watch hours today. And that's the purpose of this live wrap. It's got lots to show you, things that I've done and stuff that I got here. Got quite a bit of change, clad and pennies. Hey, Hunter, how's it going, buddy? Glad you made it over. I'm doing a wrap of one day at the reservoir. Got treasure trash here from my reservoir hunt, and treasure trash over here from my beach hunt, and treasure trash here from yesterday's parks hunt. Hey, Chuck Owens. Thanks for coming in. And anyway, then I got lots of goodies. So I'll just start going through things and showing you guys what we've done. So, have any questions? Just let me know. So, I am gonna, whoop, I think I am gonna pull up here a little bit so I can put my phone on a chest mount so I can use both my hands to pick things up and show you what's going on here. So got over here lots of aluminum. I'm going to do a little short, or probably won't be a short, probably be a video on this hunk of junk that I got, this treasure trash. I'm going to chip it open and see what's inside that big old rusty glob. So I got lots of aluminum. This is one thing that I found at the reservoir. I thought, oh, that's cute. It even still works. So it's kind of mashed, and ladies, your eyelashes will be worse for wear using that. Okay, got more tent stakes. My tent stake count's going up. I think I'm at like 700 now, tent stakes in the last year and 3 months, or 4 months now, huh? And I got a water bottle, but I'm probably going to trash it because I don't think I can get the cerveza out of the inside. So that was kind of neat, though. And some of the things, surface finds, there's a nut cover. It's kind of neat. Those come in handy if you don't want a sharp nut and bolt showing, if you get one that size. And I found some ammunition here. It's been fired. A couple of those. And what else there? There's nothing real interesting over there except I've been starting to collect these champagne wire holders for the corks, and I've got an idea to do something with them. You'll see one of these days real soon. And then at the beach, I got more tent stakes, of course. So we got tent stakes and got lots of goodies. Everybody probably saw my short from my brake pad. It got quite a few views for the little brake pad. Found that real close to that last tungsten ring that I found. This thing, I still haven't figured out exactly what it is. It's something to do with a phone line, I think, a communication line. They cut it for some reason, and it was behind a lifeguard station. So I'm going to figure out exactly what that is. Unless one of you guys knows, you can leave me a comment there. And added to my collection of sand toys and stuff. Like I said, I'm going to take those sand toys. I got a big bag of them that I've got from the lake and the beach, and I'm going to take them one day when there's a big to-do where there's a lot of kids and dump them out on the sand and say, go to town. And so might as well get into the good stuff, huh? I got two cars. I got a Lambo, my first Lamborghini. So I'm blessed. I thought that was cool. I've never even come close to a Lambo before. So, hey, DB. Nice to see you there. Thank you all for coming in. Fox in the ground. All right. Thank you for coming in. Hope I can get a few watch hours. One of the things I'm going to talk about, if you guys wouldn't mind going and picking out some of my playlists, I have a live playlist that's several hours long. If you just put that playlist on and let it play all night, I would really appreciate it, because I'm trying to mount up my watch hours. I'm up to 817 now, so I've gotten 100 in the last couple of weeks. So the last 3 weeks, I think. So I need quite a few more still. So I'd appreciate your help. I really appreciate what you guys have done, and even just showing up. So yeah, DB, I've been working hard trying to find some stuff. I haven't been hunting that much, but I've been pretty lucky. I got that gold chain, getting around to it, found the chain, and then I found the crucifix that went with it just a few inches away. So that was a good find. And then I've gotten some rings. I'm up to 25 rings now because of yesterday. I got this little mother goose. I think it's a mother goose ring, or maybe it's a swan. I don't know, but it's a kid's ring. So countable. But I started a new ring collection, and that's with these two. I started the plastic ring, not the pop rings and stuff, but the real plastic rings that are meant to be rings. So I got those two, getting around to it, found those on Monday, and she also found this one yesterday. And so we got 3 in our plastic ring count for the year. So I figured, what the hey, I can do it. So got some neat surface finds. There's a patch that's sequins and kind of neat. They, things like this really glint in the sun when you're out at the parks and stuff. So we got an interesting coin here. I got several clad coins and zinkins, of course, at the reservoir. And I got a 20 centavos, and I just got a week before I got a 10 centavos piece, and it's about the size of this washer compared to this one. So uh, 10 centavos is that size, and 20 centavos is about the size of a nickel. So that's pretty cool. I like to find different coins, and it's all right to find our own coins and be able to get some spendable money. Uh, so on Monday, Tuesday, and I didn't get much on Tuesday. I just got 90 cents on Tuesday, but then I got $2.85. No, $3.85 on Monday. So 90 cents and $3.85. That's almost $5 there. So then I got 11 quarters and 14 dimes and 9 nickels. So I hit the cycle that day 9 times. I hit the cycle once on Tuesday. I hit the cycle once on Monday. So that was pretty cool. Got some really neat things. Got a couple carabiners. I must not put the other one out here. It's a smaller one. And I don't know what I did with it. I put it on my keychain because I needed one. So anyway, I got CO2 cartridge, and that rang up really nicely. Then over at the beach, this is part of the beach right here in the center, I got a beetle. That's a good sized toy car. It was buried about 6 inches deep right next to the trash can. And then over by the tot lot, I got all of these washers and nuts. They'd taken out some tables around the tot lot, and they cluttered the whole area with this hardware. So I spent a little while digging that out. I'd make sure that that's not in my way next time I go. And on Monday, I didn't get any jewelry, any rings or anything, but I did get this. I think it's a soldering iron tip. It's either a soldering iron tip or a wood burning tip, I think. At first, I thought it was kind of a knife, but the blade was too wide. So a couple of people made a comment, and I agreed with them that that's probably what that is, either wood burning or a soldering iron. I think probably wood burning. Doesn't look like a soldering iron. But so I didn't get very much treasure except for the coins and the Lambo on Monday. But then on Tuesday, I got the 90 cents, and I got this really cool Huntington Beach flat penny. It's really nice. And so flattened pennies are kind of cool. I like to go down. We went to San Clemente just once so far, and down there at the trestles, they have lots of flattened coins. I got a whole bottle of flattened coins of all denominations that I got from there at the railroad tracks, and I just spent 2 or 3 hours searching the rocks and stuff around the railroad tracks for flattened coins. They don't have the neat things like this. Has a Volkswagen bus on it and a surfboard, and so come on, focus. There you go. See if I can focus it and then zoom in on it here a little bit. There you go. How about that? You see that all right? Oh, thanks, DB. But so I got my plastic ring set, but then I got this ring at the beach. Let me zoom back out. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. And this is just bling, but it's pretty bling, you know. It really sparkles, but they're not real. The way I know and everybody else knows is if there's no hole there, it's likely not real. And so they're not real. But I think it's probably the other half of hey, Kenneth Bird. Thank you for dropping in. Pigeon Blood Ruby. Thank you for coming in. And so I tested them. They're not diamonds, but I think it's half of a set, or maybe multiple rings, not just one or two, but multiple rings. It's part of it. I'm not sure, but it is bling. But then the coup d'etat of the beach day is this tungsten carbide ring. So that's a nice one, and it's in real good shape too. So, but it don't fit. It don't fit. So it don't fit either hand, and it's too big for my pinky, too little for my ring finger, way too little for any other finger. So it goes in the box, and I don't wear rings anyway. But so all of that, all the hardware, that for the beach, and then this is something interesting here. This didn't come from beach um, or reservoir or park. This clad came from a Coinstar. So I thought I'd show you guys that. I haven't taken them apart yet. There's a penny and nickel stuck together. That's why it didn't make it through the machine. And there's a dime and two pennies stuck together. That's why that didn't make it through the machine. And there's three nickels and another dime. So we've got four nickels, 20 cents, 20 cents in dimes. So that's 40 cents and three pennies. So 43 cents I got out of the Coinstar. Nothing real fancy, but it has changed nonetheless. So some of the things that I found at the parks yesterday, this is a German, I think, 10-cent piece. It's a Pfennig, 10 Pfennig, so I think it's like 10 cents. It's the size of a nickel, too. I thought I had a nickel. It's like exactly the size of a nickel. So, but that's cool. A foreign coin. Got that. And I got a 1940. Come on. 1940S wheat cent. So that was cool. I like getting older coins too. And this is unusual. These are hard to find because they don't make them anymore. This is 1976 Los Angeles transit token. So that's cool. That's like the size of a quarter. Almost the size of a quarter. Just about. I thought it was a quarter when I first got it. And the other one is the size of a nickel, so I thought that was a nickel. I was mistaken on that. And I didn't even see the penny. I was just clicking right along, digging, and didn't even see the wheat cent until I started cleaning up the coins and knocking the dirt off of them and stuff, counting up what I had. So thanks for hanging in here. I guess I've got just a couple of you now. I'm glad that whoever was in here before hit the like button before they left. Or maybe they're lurking. I don't know. But anyway, this is what I did Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Wednesday, actually Thursday. I was going to do it Wednesday, and on Wednesday I wound up doing something else, so I cut down my other tree, and that'll be going up as something for somebody to watch. Here's a neat thing that getting around to it found. I thought this was cool. This is a top secret UV pen. So you write a note with the pen. Let's see if it'll work on this. And it's invisible. You can't see it until you shine a UV light on it. Is that awesome? So wouldn't you like to have had one of those when you were a kid? When you were passing notes and the teacher caught you? If everybody had one of these, the teacher would never know what you were doing. Thanks, Pigeon Blood Ruby. I really appreciate that comment, because I mean, lots of people find lots of stuff. I got lots of stuff. I find if I swing over it, I find it, and you know that. You've been watching my lives, and I got yesterday at a little tot lot. I got this, and I thought, all right, I got gold, but no. But it is. Let's see if I can. I brought my thing in here, didn't I? I think I did. Here, see if I can pull this up. Yeah, here. Pull my thing out here and show y'all what I got here. Come on, I best do it this way. It's a little charm. It's pretty. Not real, not gold, but it is. Come on. It is. You can't see that in the light is glaring off of it. Here, maybe I can just pull it up. Come on. There you go. Can you read that? So it's a designer charm, but it's not gold and it's not diamonds. But you know how those things are when you look at them. You go when you first see them in the ground. But I did get in the next tot lot, I did get a real earring. It's come on. Oh, focus. It's 925 P with a P and a star and an M. 925. And these are 3 real diamonds and 3, I'm assuming real opals because they got fire in them. They're not like plastic. So I think that is the real deal. So they're not big, but there's a pretty. And I got in that same tot lot with the little gold charm. I got something here. It's got some kind of design on it, and it's plated. But can you see the design in there? I've got some design, but it's so badly damaged that it's not. It's not showing us its true beauty, but it's a little pendant. I thought it was maybe a dog tag at first, but no, it's it's got something on it on the one side. Nothing on the other side except corrosion, but it was plated. So oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to do better. You know, it just takes practice, right? When you don't know what you're doing, you know, you're not going to be good until you know what you're doing, and then you're still not going to be good, right? Hey, Junk, thanks for coming. You've been researching opals? Yeah, I've hunted opals before. There's a field out here in Southern California that people can go. Hey, numismaniac, thank you for coming in. I should have shared this out and told everybody, but I kind of just decided to do this live. I was going to just film it and then put it on, but I thought I really need the watch hours. So that's the reason for it. So if you weren't here when I was selling it, everybody, the reason I went live is to get a few watch hours and kind of ask you guys to go play some of my playlists and just leave them run all night. You don't have to watch them. I'm not going to ask you to do anything. Not until later. I've got this idea about using a playlist to do a drawing from, and I've got an idea on that. So I'll do that later. But this is just a little bling earring that I found, and it's got a W on it. So it's nothing real fancy, but you know, keeps you looking, huh? Keeps you looking. I love treasure trash. And this is certainly just bling. This is a stud, you know, snap-on stud off of a jacket or a belt or purse or something like that, you know. And but that was, you know, shinies are always good to find, right? And these things are crazy. I I found several of these, and everybody knows what these are, right? I don't know why. This was in the same tot lot that I found um, 2, 3, and 2 parts of one in the same tot lot. I mean, they weren't that far apart either. It was like somebody somebody was tearing apart lighters for some reason. I don't know. Is there something that they do with butane lighters and that they have to tear them apart to do something with them? Yeah, we found opal when I went opal digging. You know, nothing really great when we were out there. It was a hot day and we were banging around in the rocks because you have to break the rocks open. They're like a lava rock. That's what. Let me put this back a little bit. Uh, when you go opal mining, opal is residue that is formed in like lava rock, rock that cooled at a certain temperature and it had moisture in it, and so that lava rock has little bubbles in it, and you have to break it open and hope that you get a thick enough chunk of opal to last. But I got a lot of little pieces of opal, but nothing that you could set or anything like that. We just didn't have very much luck there. Oh, junk. These sound like they sound like a penny or a what I call a could be, the pull tabs, and they sound like quarters, dimes. Depending on their condition, they run right in there. Like this one sounded like a quarter. It was like high pitched, and this one sounded like a dime. And this little piece here sounded like a penny. So um, it's just all over the place, just like everything else. And I get I'm getting all kinds of neat little nuts. So just proves one thing, right? I always say proves that I'm not the only nut in the park. So then what else neat did I get here besides yeah, well, I got the 3 rings, the earrings, and one good earring, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, all of this stuff has, like this little piece of chain. It's I don't know what it's made out of. It's corroded, so it might be a little rusty. So it could be steel, could be. I don't think it's copper, but this ring up like 45, 47, and the same as this key right here. And I thought this was a small key. I thought at first it was either a diary key um, or a jewelry box key, but it's a Vasco lock key. So that was cool. I collect keys. I like getting keys. And this was shining. This is my surface find. And it doesn't look like it here, but it was shining in the wood chips. You might be able to see it shine. It was glinting, and so I thought that was going to be cool. But it's just a mirror off some kind of truck or toy truck. And I'm going to show it again. This is one of my really good finds, my Lambo. So, and they might wanted the flints out of them, huh? Yeah, that's probably what they wanted. They broke them open. They weren't working, so they took the flints out. Yeah, I have to dig everything junk. If it's got a good sound. Sometimes if I get tired, I don't dig the bottle caps, and if I really know it's a bottle cap, but then I think I should go back and dig that one because it might not be a bottle cap. No, there's not many sounds I don't dig really unless it's just a chirp. If I don't get a repeat on it, if I don't get the repeat back and forth, if I don't get a good one, I leave it alone. If it just chirps once, I figure it's just minerals or little scraps, something like that. But if it'll repeat, I dig it. Yeah, I like the Lamborghini. It's not in real great shape, but I mean, how many people can own a Lambo? You know what I mean? So, but I was saying at the beginning, don't know whether anybody saw this or not, but I'm curious as to what this is, and I've got another piece out there that I'm curious. It's so rusted that I don't know exactly what it is, and it's got crusty rocks and stuff on it. But I thought it was pretty interesting because it looks like a tombstone. I could take my Dremel and I can make a tombstone out of this for a model or something. And I'm going to break this open and I'm going to do it on video so everybody can see what junk is in there. You never know. It might be a square nail. I have no idea. Might be something worthwhile. And I found this was kind of shining in the parking lot, and somebody lost their phone clip off their phone case. So pick up anything that's metal and throw it in my scrap. But this, I don't know what it is. I put it on lens. It gave me some pieces, but they were big, like 6 inches long or something that looked like this. I'm not quite sure what this is. Oh, so do I. I try to balance everything out, ground balance it so that I don't get the church. But you can't ground balance everything out. You know, would that you could, that you can get rid of all the chirping. But that day you saw my legend that day, and it just would not shut up. I couldn't ground balance it. It wouldn't. I don't know what it was doing. I turned it off several times. It took uh, until I was on my way back to the car and completely off my live before it stopped chattering. I don't know whether it was because I was at the pier and I was getting EM interference or what. But yeah, ground balancing doesn't always do it for me. I Yeah, on both sides of the pier. So I think it might have had a lot to do with the pier. But it didn't do that on Tuesday when I was there. I went right under the pier and it barked at me a little bit, but not like it did that one day. But I don't know what this is. It looks to me like it's part of uh, like a plug, or like I don't know. But no, I don't know. Well, looks like part of a stereo plug, possibly out of an amp or something. But it's pretty cool. I don't know what that is. And but I guess my coolest finds are the weird coins in the German, uh, the 20 centavos piece here, and the German Finnick, tin Finnick. So those are cool. And I finally got another wheat cent, so that was nice. Junk, you would know something about the wheat cents. Are there any flaws in the 1940s wheat penny that I could look for? Or maybe you're not here right now. So, but see if there's something else interesting here that I can talk about. Keep a couple of you online while I snag some hours from you. There's now this ring up. This looks like a dipstick. So I don't know, maybe it is a dipstick and it's broken, but that's cool. Yeah. How often do you get to find a dipstick, huh? I usually find this stuff. This is the cool treasure trash, and get the sharp, rusty things out of the parks. And when you find these things, it give you grunts and screams and squeaks and squawks and oh, here's something interesting. This is it's actually sparkly. When it's in the sunlight, it sparkles. It caught my eye as a surface find, but it is a chunk of a broken die, and it's some kind of a case. It's got a little hinge on it where there was a pin, and it's got a little clip on it where it clipped together, but it's broken, and I didn't find the rest of it anywhere. But yeah, it's interesting when you look at these things, figure it out. Oh, I know what that is. It's a little box of some kind. Why is it a box? What would it hold? It's so small. But these are real good too. These scream like quarters when you find a ball bearing about that size. What's the matter with my phone? Why is it doing that? Anyway, but I kind of figured out a little bit about my chest mount and phone, that I can use both hands and I don't have to put it on a tripod, and so it works a little better that way. Found a couple of these, and this one, I don't know what happened to the other one. I probably put it in with the wire because it was all torn up. This one, don't know whether I'm going to be able to fix this one or not. Have to find out if I can get a little screwdriver. It's a little bigger than this, and pry that open so it works. Usually does. I fixed a thumb drive that was bent like that and fixed it up pretty good, so it worked. But if it works, this will fit my Samsung phone, so I always use an unfrayed wire, right? But yeah, got lots of stuff. I got interesting treasure trash here. Not sure anything interesting, but I did do pretty good yesterday on the jewelry pieces, and at the beach did okay on the rings, and so I'm up to 25 rings. Now I got 3 of my new plastic ring collection. So that's I won't add them into my metal bling and gold and silver rings, but I was thinking that this one's so nice, I might see if I can get some silver and get a little bar of silver and some silver solder and solder that in there. Take this out because I didn't find the pair, so I can take this out and solder a little bar in there and make a ring out of that. So, because it's a little bit smaller than that ring, but it would make a nice ring, and it's real diamonds and opal. So could always do that if I run out of things to do. And Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I think some of the guys have got me beat, like Bill from Digging SoCal. He's always finding rings, and of course, fun with Jim's always finding rings everywhere. I don't know how he does it. He finds rings every time he goes out. But the last few trips, I've been finding one or more rings. Even if I haven't been finding very many of these cheapy kids rings, but I found a few, a couple. Mostly, I've been finding the bling rings like this, and and then I've got uh, one gold ring that I found. You saw me get the gold ring from the beach, and I got this tungsten carbide ring. Excuse me, and one thing about looking down and talking gives you that tickle in your throat. Oh, thanks, Junk. Yeah, my mind's always working. Sometimes, my mind works and it uh, believes that I'm more capable of doing things than I am, but I always think that I can do it. 99% of the time, I can do it myself. Uh, but, that other 1% of the time, I got to hire somebody to do it. I think a jeweler would probably do that. I think they would probably do that if somebody wanted to wear that for a ring. It would be easy to do. If you're a jeweler, you know what you're doing. Just a little bar of silver, put in there, and some silver solder, boom, boom, because it's 925 silver. How could you go wrong? So, anyways, got didn't show this. Everybody knows what this is, right? You got a faucet and faucet handle that's broken up. Definitely not brass because it's just all dilapidated. So, again, got to figure out exactly where my focal point is here. Maybe if I do that and you show the blue screen, oh yeah, that focuses a lot better than focusing below, doesn't it? There you go. Okay, Greg, you just learned something incognito. You just learned how to show off your stuff better. Show it in front of the green screen, the blue screen. Oh yeah, that works a lot better focusing. All right. See, I learned even at my age. But now Santa can keep Mario and Luigi company. Oh, I just knocked over my pennies. Oh well. Oh, I want to check these because I think these two are copper. 1982 and 1970. Yep, I was right. Those are the two coppers. They got mixed in with my zincons and yeah, probably you'd have to pop out the stones to do it, but that's not all that hard. I don't think. And just get at least that one. I think the opal. Yeah, the opal's right next to the stem, so Yeah, you would have to. Oh, that's so much easier to focus up against the blue screen. Nice. Okay. Yeah, they pop out that opal at least, because I don't think the heat would travel that far. And you're right, I don't think the diamond would be affected there, so it wouldn't be hard to do. Yeah, yeah, you can tell though when you're looking at the whether it's a copper or zinc. I mean, for me, it's pretty easy to tell those are newer ones. Let me find an older zinc one. And see, it's for me, when I'm looking for copper, I can pick out a copper almost when it comes out of the ground, except I didn't know that that was a wheat cent because it was pretty dirty when I pulled it out. But, oh, that's not an obvious one because it's got a shield. Give me a second here. One well, that one's a pretty good when you've got a clean copper and a clean, uh, for me anyway, you got a pretty clean copper and a pretty clean zinc, and it's easy to tell because if the zincons aren't corroded, that's the most obvious way to know that it's a zincan, right? But you can really tell that the difference between the zincan and the copper. Let me find another one here. See if I can find one that is more the same color. We probably don't have one. Right there. Yeah. Nope, that one's corroded, so that one's obvious that that's a zinc. And well, I guess, I mean, when you're looking at them, you can really tell, even though they look the same. If you just look at that one and it's clean, you know, you don't really have to look at the date on that one. Even if it was an 82, it would look that orangish color compared to the copper. It has just that little sheen in it that glint, that looks like it's plated, where the copper does not look. It's dull. To me, and I would check that possibly, but if I got it in the sunlight, it would be obvious to me that that's a zinc. And if it was an 82, then come on. It's just got that different color. Just that sheen. Just that sheen. So yeah, I know that you got to watch for those. Somebody was telling me that they thought that even 83s had some copper, but I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know about that one. What do you think, Joe? Oh, an 82 copper is worth more because it was supposed to be zinc? I didn't know that one. Yeah, there is. I heard that, but I wasn't sure because I never knew for sure about 83s. I knew the 82s were mixed because that was the transfer year, the changeover year, I guess, not transfer, the changeover. So cool. So if you get an 83, that's even worth more because it shouldn't have been at all, right? Well, I'm getting lots of likes. They may not be staying to watch, but they're hitting the like button. That's cool. Even hit the dislike if you don't like what I'm talking about. Uh, yeah, I got to clean up all these crusty zinkins. I'm not going to find anything worth much in there, I don't think. Oh, wait a minute. I think I had that in with the zinkins. I think that might be a copper there because I wasn't paying attention. Oh yeah, that's a copper. That's a 76. That's a 1976. And that's a 1979. I had two coppers there. Of course, the way it's been for me lately, I could have known those were coppers from Monday and forgotten today. So, Zinkins. So I got rollable zinkins in here. Got lots of rollable zinkins. Don't have to clean those. Okay. I even found a zinkin in the parking lot today when I went to the store. And this morning I went, some friends of mine and we drove up the mountain to a lake up in the mountains just to get breakfast for one of my friend's birthdays. And I found a 1966 dime in there. That's right here. I just put it on the top of the 14 nickels I got. So this is 1966. I'm pretty sure that's a that's an old year to be finding in the. Let's see. Huh. They have dimes that don't have a mint on them. Here. Is that a mint? Must be a D. That has to be a D. Doesn't look like a P. Of course, it could be a P with the tail worn off. Huh. Hey, keep digging. Thanks for coming in. So, Did you get a look at that dime junk? 1966, not a silver. I can't get older than a 65. I keep finding 65 and 66 dimes. Anyway. Hey, Papa. Thanks for coming in. So anyway, that one was a find. What years were these that I found in the... Oh, that's 2000. That's nowhere near. And I know that. Maybe I can knock the part. I wonder if I can... I don't think I'm going to be able to get those apart. I think... Oh, no, I can. That's definitely a shield penny. 2 shield pennies. Yeah, okay. It came apart. Huh. Whoa, got my... Sorry about that. Maybe one of you guys can give me a share out there and see if we can get some more people in here so I can get a few more watch minutes. Yeah. So that they weren't stuck as bad as I thought they were. Yeah, okay. Well, they have peanut butter on them or something? I don't know. Okay, so they're not stuck together anymore. They're not welded, so that's okay. Now, these things, there was a lady that came by with 2 kids, and she said, "What are you digging out of there?" And I told her what I was digging, and I was digging all these washers and nuts, and she was telling me about the tables that they took out next to the tot lot, and I figured that's where they came from. So I spent quite a few minutes there digging that spot just to keep from having them there when I come back, so that I know that it's not cluttered with hardware in there close to the wall where people sit. I found a couple coins. So can't find any silver though. I haven't been lucky enough to find any silver. One of these. So thanks, keep digging. Appreciate that. Let's see if we can get a couple more people in here. I've been on an hour now, so I can sit here and ramble for a few more minutes and get some people. And I got 6 of you listening. Whoever didn't hear me before, if you could do me a favor and go and pick out one of my playlists. I've got some playlists other than the shorts because there's nothing in the shorts. They just go by really fast. But if you do my live hunts, there's a few hours. And if you do some of the other videos that I have, there's a couple, 3, 4 hours in there from one of the playlists. So if you let that run, you don't even have to watch, listen, or anything. Just turn it down and put it on the device and let it run for me. And I really appreciate that. Just a few of those makes a big difference, you know. And I don't want to seem like I'm begging, but oh, I'm getting things, sunglasses. Look here. What's the odds of finding the legs of two different sunglasses, same leg, off two different pairs? Can't even get two different sides. Well, no, that might, you know what? That might be the left, and that might be the right. That right. So I might have a right and left. No, I don't think so. I think it's two rights. So anyway, get a whole pair of sunglasses I could put together. Well, have to use super glue, glue them all together. I have Frankenstein monster glasses. I found a pair of sunglasses, and they were half buried in the sand, and the half that was sticking up out of the sand looked really good, and the half that was buried in the sand, I mean, no, it was opposite. Half that was buried in the sand looked really good, and the half that was sticking up had been windblown by the sand and sandblasted, so there was no shine to them at all on the one side. So you couldn't use them. It'd be like wearing a patch. Did find some stuff at the beach. I threw away the ketchup and the pickle relish, and I never got any mustard, but I did get an unopened crushed red pepper and 2 Parmesan cheese. So if I can find a pizza next time, you know, have lunch. Got getting quite the, oh no, this is a paintbrush, and this is a makeup brush. So they're not compatible. I can't use those as, well, I guess I could use that as an art brush, but it's a little different. Not quite an art brush. It goes in the collection of brushes. Let's see. Oh, I did find a pair of sunglasses. I lied. I'm sorry. See there? A whole pair of sunglasses. These are cool. Got a little sand on them from the beach. Sand gets in everything on the beach. So here, I'll turn this around. There. Cool or what? What do you think? Should I wear them to the beach? I heard that if you wear sunglasses, then your likelihood of being burned is a higher percentage of the chance to be burned in the sun than if you don't wear sunglasses, because there's something about your eyes that causes a chemical reaction that helps to keep you from burning. So if you wear sunglasses, it blocks that chemistry, and so you're more likely to be burned. So you might want to look that one up. Of course, I might have been dreaming that one too. I don't know. There's a couple of things that's happened in the last couple of years where I thought was real, but it was Mandela effect, dream world, two lives that you're living. I found two that are super glued together. I dug up a penny. I was gonna. I don't know what I did with it. I bent down to pick up a penny because I always pick up change in the driveways and stuff. I was at Sam's Club. I bent down to pick up the penny and it was stuck in the tar, in the asphalt. So I went and got my pocket knife and I went back to that penny and I dug it out. I don't like that. I think somebody puts them there on purpose sometimes. I know in front of the coffee shop where I used to work, some people thought it was really funny to super glue a 50-cent piece to the ground, to the sidewalk, and watch and see how many people tried to pick it up. They thought that was really funny. I'm trying to get back here. So did you find any coppers in your pennies, Junk? So anyways, I lost somebody, but I got 18 likes. That's not bad. That's not bad. Then I'll I'll settle for my likes going up that much. I started metal detecting in November of 2020. I just got back on my feet, got released after losing my pinky toe on my left foot in January of 2020. I just got back on my feet and decided I was going to not ever go down again. So I got my metal detector out and started metal detecting. Started my channel in May of 21, or no, 20, I'm sorry, I was November of 21, and I metal detected all of 22, started my channel in May of 22, and so I've been doing this a year this month on YouTube. I had a YouTube channel for quite some time. Started a YouTube channel on my job, but I used it for my 3D and visual effects artwork that I did, my reels. And then I stopped doing that when I started having medical problems, started losing toes, everything. So it made it difficult to do anything at all. So when I got back on my feet, I started metal detecting. Yeah, I get up and down off the ground when I'm doing parks. Uh, I'm up and down off the ground 300-400 times a day when I go detecting. When I go to a beach and I use a scoop, I'm not getting down on the ground as much because I don't need to, right? You can just shake it out in the scoop. But if you're digging in the ground, you got to get down on your knees, put some effort into it. So, but yeah, the only time you have high impact is when you fall down, and you know, got to be careful not to fall flat on your face so you don't break your nose. So try not to do that. Try to leave it low impact. Drew's back. Oh, I'm down to 2 people now. Everybody's leaving. Oh well. If I can get a few minutes out of 2 people, that counts. If I got a 2-hour live and minimum of 2 people combined stick it out for the whole 2 hours, then I got 4 hours of watch time, right? So as long as all of the people that watch shuffle in and shuffle out and keep a couple people in interested. But I ran out of things unless you haven't seen what I got. No, they don't let us use shovels in the parks around here. You're not supposed to use shovels. You can use a digger. Most of the parks don't want you digging more than 3 to 6 inches deep, and they don't want you digging big holes, so you cut a small plug in the parks, and that's what I dig mostly. Is I hunt in parks. When I go to the beach, I can dig as big a hole as I want. So, yeah, but I have a shovel. I made a spade out of a regular garden shovel, but I can only use it in certain rural parks. So the city parks, you can't do it. The county parks, they don't want you digging at all in some of the county parks. So, and then there's a couple that I have a license to dig in their parks. And they don't want you to dig a hole that they can see, right? That's why we dig the plugs, right? The plugs go back in, and 90% of the time you can not tell that one of us has been there, but sometimes we digging in the right kind of soil, it just kind of falls apart and it won't go back together and won't pack down right, and the grass is sparse and it doesn't. But next day it doesn't look any different than it did before you got there. Yeah, I did. You came in late, so I found this yesterday. This is 3 different digs. This here was from Monday, and this over here, or this in the middle, was from Tuesday, and this over here was from yesterday. So kind of there and there. So there's 3 different days. And yesterday I got a real diamond and opal 925. If you look real careful in there, you can see the 925. So I got a goodie yesterday. Got what I thought was a goodie yesterday, but didn't turn out that way. Looked good though. Looked really pretty in the ground, in the tot lot. And I did get a ring from yesterday, a kid's adjustable ring, add to the rings. But then on Tuesday, I got this tungsten carbide ring, and this bling ring here really glistened in the sun. I like the things that glisten. I'm like a crow. So got lots of clad, lots of holes that I dug, lots of hardware. Got things that I thought were good. This here's plated, and it's gold plated, And it's got something in it written on it or design, but can't really tell real good because you can just barely see it. And there it had some kind of design on it. But there's another piece of bling. Oh, I learned this lesson here. Come on. Talk to it like it's a puppy or something. There we go. It's got a W on that star. It's an earring that's broken. The clip's broken. And it's got a little stone in it right there. But all fake. All but I did get some good stuff like this is, yeah, a lot of the schools are starting to put fences up. One of my favorite schools I was going to last summer, when school started, they put a fence up around it. Kind of ticked me off. That's an LA Transit token. The last ones they made were in 1976. So use this for the buses in Los Angeles. And this is a German tin Pfennig, Pfennig with a P and a P and an F. Come on. Man, there we go. I got get it up here on the blue screen. So, then also got a 1940 Wheatie. And over here, I got a 20 centavos at the Lake Beach Park. So different than the regular change. And at the beach, I found this, which is really cool. Flattened penny. Why did you do that? Why did it stop that? It focused on the bus, or the VW back there. Goodness, why did it do that? Okay, there we go. So that's kind of neat with the surfboard and the Volkswagen bus. And then my Lambo. I can go out for a speedy drive. And this was neat. Getting around to it, found this. We were at a baseball diamond and she found this next to the bleachers. This is pretty cool. It's a top secret pin. And anybody in their high school years would have given anything for this. See, I can write on this right here, and you can't see any writing on there other than the printing, right? But watch this. Incognito. So I know how to leave messages, but each of you would have to have a pen like that, or the whole classroom, so the teacher would not know what you were writing. Okay, keep digging. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for spending a little bit of time. So If I get a couple more people, I'll hang out for a little bit more, but I'll probably call it in about 5 minutes anyway. So anyway, keep hunting, keep digging. Kind of redundant, huh? So stay well, and I'll catch you in the funny papers. So anyway, Chew, you still there? Well, I wound up with 18 likes in an hour and a half. That's not bad. That's 6 every 30 minutes. That's pretty cool. Maybe I get a couple hours of watch time, maybe, or at least an hour of watch time. That'd be cool. And maybe I can get people to come in and look at this. So, alrighty. I don't think that there's many people watching right now. So I'm going to give it until 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's about 3 minutes from now, 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So I'll ramble on for 3 minutes and 10 seconds. If there's anybody that is watching, it looks like I've got one. I don't know how many lurking. But anyways, it's been fun. And I hope if you're watching this after the fact, that if you have not subscribed, that you do, and that you hit the notification. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either will do. Make a comment, and keep doing what you do. In any case, I really appreciate the ones that came in today and the ones that are going to watch this after the fact. And I'm hoping to get a few hours from this live. And again, one more time, share it out and see if I can get some more watch hours. And more subscriptions will be nice too. But hit that notification bell so you see my next misadventure. And also watch one of my playlists. Pick one that has the longest ones and leave it running while you sleep. And you don't have to listen to it. You don't have to watch it. Just leave it running on mute. And, help me out here. All of you have been helping me quite nicely. I really appreciate everyone that has come around and watched my misadventures. So here I am in about 1 minute. I'm going to be signing off. So, God bless you all. I hope you find something cool if you're a metal detectorist, or a magnet fisher, or a coin roll hunter. Whatever you do, if you're a treasure hunting addict like most of us, I hope that you find something really cool, and keep up the good work. And we'll be seeing you on my next misadventure, hopefully. So it's like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bye-bye for now.